Well, let's discuss the Supreme Court's judgment against Rivers State Governor Fubara's appeal. Legal practitioner Justice Ojienoh joins me now. Thank you for your time, Justice. Now, what's your reaction to this ruling by the Supreme Court dismissing Governor Fubara's suit, challenging the authority of Martins Amaewhule and asking him to represent the state's 2024 budget? And why do you think the governor withdrew his case, which prompted the Supreme Court to dismiss it?
Lawyers on his side, led by Mr. Yusuf Ali, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, must have weighed and found that there is really no merit in their own case in the Supreme Court, because I do not see a reason why they will fight it tooth and nail from the High Court to the appellate, into the appellate court and to the apex court, and now withdraw. And we have to check the history of this particular case. We remember that in the Court of Appeal, it was very obvious that there will really not be much to be able to achieve at the Supreme Court, because just like a lawyer, one major lesson that I have learned from this case is no matter who is trying to intervene between I or my client and another person, I will not tell my client to take a decision unless I've seen the action in good faith of the other party, especially when it's the other party that instituted the action. Mr. Wike, for example, instituted the action. Mr. Fubara and through his cronies and previous decided to defend the action. Then the president called both parties and said, hey, you guys, please sheath your sword. It was Mr. Wike that drew first blood. Mr. Fubara was supposed to wait for Mr. Wike to actually withdraw the case. But he went ahead to withdraw his counter affidavit and all the other documents and evidence and exhibits that he was relying on, or he was supposed to rely on in defense of his case. He withdrew it in good faith. And because he withdrew it in law, what the position of the law is that when a person sues you and there is no defense on your side, there is no document that you are using to defend your case, you are as good as having admitted everything that the person that is suing you has presented before the court. And unfortunately, since he lost the court because of a lack of defense at the High Court level, there was almost very little that he could do at the appeal court level, and subsequently too. And unfortunately so, there was nothing for him to have been able to achieve at the Supreme Court level. And that was why I thought I saw that they thought it wise for them to withdraw it. And the court, in actual fact, dismissed it. The court didn't strike it out. And the difference is that they cannot go back to the Supreme Court again for the Supreme Court to revisit the matter. So as it presently is, from the beginning to the end, as it stands now, Mr. Amaewhule and his faction are the authentic members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. I do not know what may happen tomorrow.
Now, the Supreme Court's ruling has automatically cleared the way for the 27 lawmakers to fully reclaim their legislative roles in the Rivers State House of Assembly. Now, does this mean that the alleged defection cannot be contended? I mean, quite a lot of people had believed that that defection means automatic loss of their seats in the House.
Okay, really, we have to always remember that even when we say there is nothing automatic, especially when two people actually go ahead to try to dispute it in court. So eventually it is what the court decides on that will carry the day. If the court says that, okay, the actions of these people or these purported defectors amounts to actually defection in the eyes of the Constitution, that is when the defection can take effect. But because the court too can decide that, yeah, it didn't, for some reasons, because some conditions have not been met, maybe because they were joking, or maybe for one reason or the other, the court can say that, okay, it is inchoate, it is incomplete. So if that is the situation too, then it will stand to reason that they have not defected. So whether they have defected or not, in actual fact, is a matter that is going to be decided by the court. So if the court has decided that they have defected, then we have to all abide that they have defected. If the court said they have not defected, then we have to abide that they have not defected.
Legal practitioner Justice Ojienoh, we appreciate your input as always. Thank you for sharing your insights. Thank you.